pleasure and it's an honor to introduce Mr. Gilbert Rocha, lead singer of the Silhouettes.
Original.
In 1957, he gave Ritchie Valens his shot at rock and roll, and he hired Ritchie to play guitar for the band The Silhouettes. And also in 1960, this man is credited for getting Richie Valens his start on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And the rest is rock and roll history. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stand Up and please help me welcome Mr. Gilbert Rocha.
Yeah!
Thank you. So glad you made it here today. It's a great day for me. I've been on the stage all my life. I've been a musician all my life, and one year I decided, going to Valley Junior College, I majored in music and drama. I won a little award for my acting abilities. So I said, Hollywood, here I come. And I ran and did everything I wanted to get into the movies and stuff. But I noticed the musicians were in movies. So I said, I'll start a band. Then we'll go into the movies. So I started a few guys, and another few guys. One day I asked the guy, are there any more musicians you guys know of? The drummer said, there's a kid in school who sings guitar and sings and plays the guitar. I told him, come on over. Well, one day there's a knock on my door. I opened the door. Here's this baby-faced little guy holding a guitar over here and a little tiny amplifier over here. And I thought to myself, oh my God, what's this kid doing here? Anyway, he came in and he rocked the house. That kid is unbelievable. Ritchie Valens, in his era, was the only one musician and singer that recorded and wrote 16 of the 27 songs. At 16, unheard of. Give him guys.
Yeah!
Anyway, one day I just said, well, I'll make a tape, I'll make a record of the band, then I'll get into the movies. So I went, I called a friend of mine and he brought a tape recorder, he taped the band. I sent the tape to Delphi. A couple of days later they called and said, we want to hear that singer. I said, what about the band? You like the band? Nah. So I said, okay, but he'll be at the Ernie Theater in San Fernando for the monthly amateur show. They said, okay, and hung up. I didn't think anything about it. Anyway, we all went to the show, of course, and Richie played for the amateur show and won, like he always did. We're standing there talking to Richie. Some guy in a suit walks up and grabs him by the arm and says, Richard, I'm from Delphi Records. My name is Bob Keane. Let's go see your mom. I want to make you an offer to record. And we all said, what? And so they walked away. So I thought, I better double check. So I went over to Richie's house and Connie answered the door. I said, did some guy come over? She said, yeah, look. And she held this contract. Richie's going to be a star. Richie's going to be contracted to sing. I said, oh, great. In the meantime, Richie went to Bob's house almost every night for about 2 months. He missed the rehearsals, but before, when the band didn't have no more bands, a guy named Rudy Garcia, a.k.a. Johnny Chicas, asked me to join his band here in East LA at the Calypso Inn out there on Brooklyn and Mount. Meantime, the Silhouettes got a job without me, because I was with Johnny. And Richie showed up at the gig, and the leader says, go sit down, you're not going to play with us anymore. We're not going to play that rock and roll stuff. It so happened that leader's dad, who was a musician from the 40s, he brought a bunch of music and some music stands for the guys in the band, and they were playing 40s music. So poor Richie sat there the whole night just sitting down and didn't play. So anyway, all of a sudden his star became big and he was on his way. Richie was a very super talented Chicano. He knew everything about music at 16. And like I said, he recorded and wrote 16 of the 27 songs. Nobody in that era did it but him. Look how smart he was. If he met you, a year later he'd see you, hi, and he'd remember you and your name. He had a very strong brain, so I was so proud of that young kid, and I really miss him. After he went on his way to be a big star, I hung around with Johnny. We played a lot in East LA, and I've been playing. I just retired here last year. I play the vibraphones and do a little bit of singing, not too much.
Hey, Gil.
Not as good as Richie.
I got a question, Gil.
Yes.
I got it. What happened to Ritchie Valens' original grave plot? The headstone.
Oh, the headstone, when his mom died, they made a new headstone, and they were both buried in the same spot. The guy who made the headstone picked up Richie's original headstone and sold to some guy back east. The guy posted it, and I called him, and he refused to talk to me, because I told him I want that headstone back. You don't deserve it. It belongs to the family. And to this day, we're still trying to get it. But that's a real Richie fan, to steal stuff from Richie's. Richie, to this day, is because of him, I was a musician, and I studied, I wanted to be just like him. And one of these days, I'm going to be in a movie. I was only in 3 movies and 3 TV shows, and then the agent kept telling me, well, go here, go there. When I'd go, they'd say, well, we don't hire Mexicans. You go to Univision, they'll hire you. And I got tired of that crap. So I said, I'll go to music, and that's when I started the Silhouettes, and luckily I was fortunate enough to hire Richie and enjoy the 8-9 months that we spent together. A really super talented young man and a real good guy. I really miss him. Anyway, thank you.
Hey, Gil.
Thank you.
I have another question. You were the one responsible for getting Ritchie Valens his Hollywood Walk of Fame. I thank you for that. What year did that take place?
That was in 1960, a year after he passed away. No, it was right after the movie. But I went around and hung around the movie there, and I just couldn't believe what they were doing. Me and Donna, in fact, I introduced Donna to Richie at a dance. Me and Donna were sitting at the premiere, we were looking at each other saying, what? That never happened. But to this day, they've made over $94 million on making the movie La Bamba. So I guess they knew what they were doing. We didn't like it, but it happened.
So
His headstone was, one day Con called me, he says, I need some money to get the headstone. It's been a year. So I said, I'll throw a dance at the American Legion and we'll have a big party and I'll give you some money and we'll help you. So I did. And meantime, she worked her butt off to save money to get the headstone. So she bought it and was there, but when she died, she was going to be buried with Richie in the same spot. The guy who brought the headstone is there now, picked up Richie's headstone, instead of putting it in the shack like he's supposed to, and contact the family to pick it up, he kept it. A year later, he sold it on the internet for $500. The guy has it back east, but he refuses to give it back to the family, so we're still going to try.
and you have the pictures and you have the Ritchie Valens pictures there for anyone to see.
If you don't know about it, you got a few minutes. Up against the wall over there, I have a whole bunch of pictures of Richie when he was in the Silhouettes, unpublished, never before seen Richie singing with the Silhouettes. Also, there's a picture, a big picture, that says, "Come to the dance, little Richie," and his crying guitar. The reason it's crying guitar, when I asked him to do a couple of blues numbers, and when he'd do the solo, he would pull the strings with his finger, and then the guitar would go wah, wah, wah. And the guys in the band said, "Hey, Richie's making his guitar cry." So it's over there. You can see the poster that the guys made. And pictures of Richie if you got a minute, and I'll be over there to help you if you want any questions about the famous Richie Valens. Richard Steven Valenzuela.
Thank you, Gil.
Any more questions?
Just to justify the movie La Bamba. So everything took place after 1989 or the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That was in 1990.
Yeah, that's when the movie came out. 87?
89. And then the Walk of Fame came in 1990 or
Yes, 90.
90? Okay, thank you. And I know Donna's gonna look at this. She says she's sorry she couldn't be here. Yeah.
Donna, I talked to her. Well, I still talk to Donna. She's a good friend of mine. She's a good people. She still loves Richie.
Yes. She's up north.
Donna lives up north, above Sacramento. And she's in real estate. She just retired. She got married and has 2 daughters. But she still thinks of Richie.
See if anyone else has questions.
Anybody else? Always get this over and enjoy your dinner and dancing. Thank you very much. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Gilbert.
Thank you. Wow. Some rock and roll history right there. You deserve your star as well, Mr. Rocha. Little fun fact. Okay, well, I'm old school Becky Lou. I'm from a show called The Art Laveau Connection. Some may be familiar with it, some may not have heard of it. But at the Almonte Legion Stadium, Art Laveau used to hold dances in the 50s. And Richie Valens was a performer at the Almonte Legion Stadium for Art Laveau. So he's still with us. He recently passed, but his spirit is still with us. And the connection to the Almonte Legion Stadium is here. So it all ties in together. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our next performer, Mr. Ernie Reyes Valens. He grew up in the same household as Richie. Yes, he did. Ernie made his public debut in May of 1988 on the same Almonte Legion Stadium where Richie had performed 30 years earlier. That packed out show included the Valenzuela family and Donna, the Donna from the hit song.
Yes.
And just like Richard Valenzuela became Richie Valens, Ernie Reyes Valens became Ernie Valens. Soon he was singing demos at Fox Studios and all kinds of stuff, and this talented man is ready to perform for you. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Ernie Reyes.